I declare open this graduation ceremony. Please be seated. Graduating students, family, friends, all of our colleagues and guests who are here with us this evening, good evening and welcome to Ulster University's graduation ceremony. My name is Professor Cathy Gormley-Heenan and I'm the University Provost. And I'm going to start the ceremony this evening, as we mean to go on for the rest of the night, by saying let's give our class of 2025 a massive round of applause. That was very good. I do think it will get louder as the evening goes on. It's a real privilege for me to be able to preside over the ceremony this evening. It's the most important day of the university year, your graduation day. And today's all about you. It's a celebration and we want you to enjoy every single minute of it because, quite frankly, each and every one of you deserve it. We also want to be sure that everyone who has come with you today enjoys the occasion as well. So I want to thank all of the mums and dads, the husbands, the wives, the sons and daughters, all of the sisters and brothers and grandparents, the carers, the friends, and everyone that you've brought with you this evening who play an important part in your life. It's fantastic to have so many of you here with us this evening. So I really mean it when I say please make your voices heard as your graduate crosses the stage. Anything goes at our ceremony. We did have a drum last week. As presiding officer, I have the pleasure of and the privilege of reflecting not just on what you've achieved while you've been with us, but on who you've become as people as well. Because today's not just a celebration of the knowledge that you've gained, it's also a recognition of the character that you've built while you've been studying with us. And you leave here not just with a degree, but with something that's just as valuable as that. They're the qualities that are going to carry you forward, not just in your careers, but also in your lives as well. And they're qualities that at Ulster we have seen in you from the first day that you arrived and that we've nurtured in you as you've gone on your journey with us. And when I think about those qualities, we sum them up in the university in the word brave. And I don't necessarily mean brave in the heroic sense of the word, although I'm sure that applies sometimes in some contexts. I'm thinking more, it's an acronym, so I'm thinking more of the words that sit behind the acronym BRAVE at the university. And I'm going to explain that very quickly to you. The B in the BRAVE acronym is for bold. And every single one of you has been bold. You had the courage to begin this journey, whether that be your undergraduate programme, your postgraduate programme, or your PhD. You had the courage to walk through the front door, to step into unfamiliar territory, to ask difficult questions, and to take on challenges that probably felt, if we're honest, a little bit too far beyond your reach at different points. So for me, being bold is not about having no fear. It's about moving forward every day in spite of the fear that you might have. And in our lecture halls, in our seminar rooms, in the computer labs, in the studios, in all of our clubs and societies, and your work with communities, you've done just that. When you started your research or your degree with us, whether straight from school or whether you came to return to study from a different career path, you brought with you things like curiosity, ambition, and you brought with you questions about who you might become at the end of all of this. And along the way you were challenged, you wrestled with new ideas and you pushed through really tough deadlines sometimes, and you stretched so far beyond what you thought was possible. And each and every time that you did that, every time you stepped out of your comfort zone, you expanded your potential even more. You discovered that you could do more, that you could think more deeply, that you could lead with purpose, and more purpose than you maybe ever even imagined. And that journey that you've been on with us doesn't stop today. In fact, it starts again today. It starts anew from today, because the potential that each and every one of you has is not a fixed point in time. It's a horizon that keeps on moving just that little bit in front of you as you keep walking towards it. So keep being bold and keep walking towards it. Next, you're resilient. The R is for resilience, and there is no journey without obstacles. There were deadlines that you thought you couldn't meet. There were assignments that tested your limits and probably tested your patience as well. And there were moments when it probably felt easier to quit than to continue. But you didn't. And here you are at your graduation day. And your resilience has made you stronger. Not just because you endured everything that you had to endure with all of those assignments and deadlines and everything else, but because along the way you learned and you adapted and you kept on going. The A in the BRAVE framework is for authentic. And in a world that often pressurises people to fit into a particular mould or to look a certain way or to be a certain way, you have all had the courage to just be yourself, to speak your truth, to show up fully to the university every day, and to contribute your own unique voice to the university. And for me, authenticity is not about perfection. It's about being real, it's about being honest, and it's about being grounded in exactly who you are. And it's those qualities that make you trustworthy and make you absolutely unforgettable. You're also versatile. The V is for versatility. You've had to pivot, you've had to rethink, you've had to collaborate across disciplines, you've had to do group work, and you've had to find creative solutions to new problems. And the world that you're about to go out into now, whatever sector that is, will continue to change rapidly. But your ability now to adapt without losing direction is one of your greatest assets that you leave here with. And finally, the E is for empowering. Throughout your time here, you've not only grown as individuals, but you've lifted other people along the way. Think about it. Every single one of you has helped a classmate, you've mentored someone, organised something, advocated for somebody, or simply just said to someone, "Do you want a cup of tea?" when they looked like they needed it. You've proven that real strength uplifts everyone. And being empowering demonstrates your confidence, your leadership potential, and your ability to be able to work collaboratively. And in today's workplace, success hinges on that. Success in the workplace today hinges almost entirely on teamwork, adaptability, mutual support. So I say to you, harness that ability. Keep encouraging ideas, keep fostering inclusivity, and keep helping other people around you to grow and reach their potential as well. So these 5 characteristics, being bold, resilient, authentic, versatile, and empowering, they are not just what got you here today. They're going to be the attributes that define your success far beyond it. They're going to guide how you'll lead, how you're going to work, and probably most importantly, how you're going to live your lives. So with that, graduates, I think you're ready. You've learned the theories, you've completed the dissertations, you've passed the exams, you've aced that Viva, and you absolutely smashed it. So before we move on to the formal part of the ceremony, I want to take a moment to thank all of those within the university who've helped you to get to this point as well. All of my colleagues, your lecturers, your research supervisors and technicians, and all of the professional services team, many of whom are with us here today. I'm sure that you'll agree they have been outstanding. And I want to thank each of them sincerely for everything that you've done. Please join me in thanking them. Now, before we get on with the ceremony, let me finish with the words of the great author and thinker Ralph Waldo Emerson. And Emerson said this. He said, "What lies behind us and what lies before us are tiny matters in comparison to what lies within us." So remember, be brave. The power to shape your future lies within you, so go out and make it absolutely extraordinary. Enjoy your day today, and on behalf of all of us here at the university, congratulations again. In accordance with the wishes of the Senate and by virtue of the authority vested in me, I confer honorary degrees, and other academic distinctions of the University of Ulster on those named in the conferment list approved by the Senate. I call upon Professor Maguire, Pro-Vice-Chancellor of Research, to present Alistair Bell for the honorary degree of Doctor of Science.
University Provost, colleagues, graduates and friends, Ulster University awards honorary doctorates to individuals in recognition of the outstanding contribution they are making in their chosen fields and to our society. We believe those receiving honorary doctorates are inspirational role models for our students, our staff and our partners. They are people we can look up to, whose work, values and passions can inspire us in our own personal and professional lives. In this context, I am delighted to present Alistair Bell for the honorary degree of Doctor of Science in recognition of his outstanding contribution to the business sector. There are many ways to describe Alistair Bell: angel investor, venture capital leader, technology entrepreneur and mentor. But perhaps most importantly today, Alistair Bell is an inspiration, the embodiment of quiet excellence in action. After graduation, Alistair joined Relay Software as a software developer, taking advantage of his degree. Over time, he gained responsibility in the business and rose to become managing director. After taking on investment to grow, the business was sold, creating a new generation of angel investors in Northern Ireland. Alistair became one of the most active angel investors in the region, often being the investor who marshalled groups of other investors. Now, for many, the terms venture capitalist or investor conjures images of suits, spreadsheets and transactions. But for Alistair, his work has always been about something deeper. It's about people. The young founder with an idea scribbled on the back of a piece of paper, the graduate unsure of their next step, the startup team teetering between risk and reward. These are individuals Alistair sees not as investments, but as futures worth building. And build he has. Alistair understands more than most that real lasting growth begins not with capital, but with capability. He has long championed the development of skills, not just technical skills, but the human ones: resilience, curiosity, leadership and integrity. He doesn't just invest in companies, he invests in people. He backs potential, he believes in talent, and he gives people the chance to prove what they can do, often before they even believe it themselves. And perhaps this deep empathy comes from the simple fact that Alistair has quite literally been here before. He is a graduate of this very university. He wants to experience what you are today and look to the future with the same mix of excitement and uncertainty. His journey from graduate to guiding force in the Northern Ireland technology sector is not just impressive. It is living proof that the remarkable things are possible when values and vision align. His contribution to business in Northern Ireland and the technology sector in particular have transformed not only local companies and entrepreneurs, but the culture itself, from one of cautious optimism to bold innovation. He has helped ignite a spark in our tech sector in fledgling companies and across boardrooms. But it's not simply the capital that Alistair brings, it's his character. He is, without question, a brilliant strategist and investor, but what truly sets him apart is his unwavering commitment to people, to skills, to mentorship. For Alistair, no conversation is too small or too inconvenient. He gives his time generously and without ego, offering advice rooted in experience and empathy. He listens first, speaks seconds, and never with pretense. In a world that often celebrates volume and visibility, Alistair Bell stands as a reminder that true influence requires neither. His humility is perhaps his most impressive and inspiring quality. You will never hear him boast about the companies he's helped scale, the founders he's guided, or the portfolios he's shaped, but you will find his fingerprints on some of Northern Ireland's most promising ventures. Graduates, if you seek a role model, look to Alistair Bell, not only for the business acumen, but for the values he lives by. He teaches us that leadership means lifting others, that success means sharing it, and that the most powerful person in the room is often the one who listens the most. I know Alistair would be the first to recognise those who have been with him and supported him on his journey. We are delighted to be joined by his family today, his wife Michelle, their children Lauren, Mark and Megan, his sister Yoland and his brother-in-law Jerry. Thank you all for being here today. And Alistair, thank you, not just for the businesses you've built, but for the futures you've shaped. You are a quiet, pivotal force in Northern Ireland's story of innovation, and for everyone starting the next chapter of their story today, you are the proof that greatness can be both grounded and generous. University Provost, in the name of the Ulster University Senate, I present Alistair Bell for the degree of Doctor of Science, honoris causa.
Alistair Bell, in the name of Senate, I present to you the honorary degree of Doctor of Science, honoris causa. I call upon Professor Humphreys, Associate Dean for Research and Impact at the Ulster University Business School, to present candidates.
University Provost, in the name of the Senate, I present to you candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science with Honours in Business Studies and Diploma in Professional Practice. Maida Alexandra Vichute. Athnan Arik. Rihanna Aris. Laura Brownlee. Kevin Burns. Shanna Campbell. Grace Carroll. Erin Casey. Emily May Chivers. Benjamin Alexander Chestnut. Mark Cleary. Andrew Collins. Ailish Corrigan. Ben Corrigan. Claire Cranny. Rebecca Daniel. Lauren Donnelly. Ethan Dory. Emma Farrell. Eamon Gillespie. Emma Glenn. Alexandra Griffith. Liam Harper. Beth Hez. Finton Hegarty Moore. Joshua Hill. Kiva Hughes. Faith Margaret Hughes. Katie Jones. Shane Jude Kearney. Brendan Keenan. Eugene Kelly. Tara Francis Kelly. Cameron George Long. Ronan Mackle. Wojciech Majewski. Megan McAllister. Adam McBride. Ellie McBride. Maria McCaukley. Cleana McConville. Anthony McDonald. Leah McGurr. Ronan Peter McHugh. Melissa McElrath. Josh McCaig. Owen McKee. Grace McKeown. Rory McMahon. Luke McMullen. Joshua McQuitty. Lucy McShane. Abby Grace Meenan. Connor John Morrissey. Mahir Abrar Mubarat. Kerry Mahulland. Jake Murray. Ewan Nicholson. Philip Joseph Orr. Jordan Thomas Reid. Nicholas Sayers. Nadia Jane Scanlon. Thomas Shanks. Megan Annabelle Shields. Chloe Michelle Skillen. Benjamin Smith. Abby Smith. Melissa Gemma Stanfield. Ryan Toe. Katie Helen Webb. Adam White. The degree of Bachelor of Science with Honours in Management and Diploma in Professional Practice. Aaron Richard Chambers. Jason Glenn. Maria Kelly. Oren McCartan. Hannah McGinley. Ruth Hillary Minford. Callum Reid. Tomas Patrick Scallon. Jack Robert Charles Somerville. Molly Stewart. Ryan Vennert. The degree of Bachelor of Science with Honours in Marketing and Diploma in Professional Practice. Naomi Alexander. Faye Alexandra Carson. Susanna Mary Corkin. Luke Donnelly. Sophie Ennis. Matthew Leo Fagan. Sophie Gordon. Ethan Harkin. Jason Martin Samuel Heasley. Shannon Kavanagh. Patrick Kennedy Kerr. Laura Jane Catherine Keenan. Grace Knight. Laura Colburn. Shauna Nolene Lappin. Rachel Elizabeth Denise Logan. Joe Lowen. Alex Linus. Fanula Maguire. Leah Joyce Muffet. Kiva Muldoon. Emma Mulholland. Kirsten Anna Phillips. Cara Piper. Neve Anya Rafferty. Thomas Symington. Gemma Letitia Upritchard. The degree of Bachelor of Science with Honours in Business Studies. Prachi Devi. Jainave Adanariana. Melissa Victoria Ali. Noah Allcoat. Jananishri Apurabotho Uma Shankar. Connor Atchison. Olga Babansky. Julia Margaret Helen Bailey. Ryan Mark Barr. Clodagh Mary Benson. Molly Boyce. Joshua Boyd. Ross Boyd. Amy Boyle. James Carson Bradbury. Andrew Bridges. Curry Brownlee. Emma Carson. Kaylin Cassidy. Ryan Patrick Cassidy. Maya Cavan. Toby Chambers. Anastasia Krzyzewska. Lewis Clark. Connor Cleary. Baron Cronin McElvogue. Sally Dawson. Dominic Dembicki. Logan Dempster. Niamh Devlin. Gemma Joanne Dye. Oisin Doyle. Rachel Helen Duncan. Rebecca Duncan. Jamie Early. Harrison Evans. Ciara Sinead Fitzsimmons. Usha Kieran Gadavalasa. Dean Garrett. Ciara Gary. Rachel Alice Gorley. Ben Martin Hamilton. Niamh Harbinson. Declan Peter Heaney. Matthew Henning. Benjamin Hops. Ben Horner. Megan Howe. Nicole Hughes. Samantha Josephine Heads. Jake Johnston. Curtis Alexander Johnson. Ernesta Kaloviciuchi. Malvina Karvoska. Stacey Kearney. Joanne Kelly. Luke Joseph Kelly. Megan Kelly. Wilfred Finlay Kelly. Hannah Kennedy. Podrick Kennedy. Ryan Kidd. Carl Kimmins. Jack Lamb. Jonathan Lennon. Andre Cosman Lunkin. Ryan Lynch. Josh McGill. Emma McGuire. Kiva Mallon. Jack Marovalakis. Oshing Martin. Jamie Martin Jordan. Aiding Elizabeth McAlary. Orla McBride. Leah McCafferty. Aoife McCafferty. Ellie McCartney. Leah McConnell. Tom McDonough. Maya McDowell. Cara McAvoy. Mark McGeehan. Ciara Patricia McClung. Suan McGurk. Hannah McCune. Ronan Thomas McKernan. Christian Louise McKinney. Jude McManus. Conal McNally. Alana Mahaffey. Rebecca Symphony Jane Moore. Jude Mulholland. Rory Murphy. Kyle Nelson. Mark Nelson. Amina Tematopi Ubathinsu. Rusha O'Doherty. Robbie O'Donnell. Ibio Matayo Uganaike. Shay O'Kane. Habib Opayemi Olayobi. Caelan O'Neill. Jake O'Rourke. William Ryan Patterson. Caitlin Pennington. Samuel Potter. Amy Quinn. Claudia Rose Quinn. Sean O. Quinn. Olivia Rakoska. Hannah Richmond. Daniel Rogan. Helen Neve Rutledge. Aidan Shepherd. Matthew Skillen. Sophie Sloan. Amy Stanley. Jason Stevenson. Andrew Stockman. Victor Sheramet. Pascal Taggart. Charlotte Ann Talbot. Susanna Ellis Thomas. Luke Edward Thompson. Rebecca Told. Paula Ganjeva Todorova. Ellie Sang. Sean Michael Patrick Tyler. Chloe Marie Weir. Lennon Whitehouse. Jonathan Wilson. Zoe Elizabeth Wilson. Nathan Young. The degree of Bachelor of Science with Honours in Management. Zara Bell. Shay Canavan. James Dubbin. Colin Eccles. Winnie Celine Gurley. George Hughes. Aiding Irvine. Sienna Leckie. Ewan McNally. Sophie Meharg. James Patrick Mellon. Akvili Motiche Unite. Zach Daniel Nixon. Ellie O'Donovan. Mircha Profir. Abai Sivakumar Yothi. Lauren Stafford. Amy Steele. Denver Thompson. Charlotte Walker. Bryn Wilson. The degree of Bachelor of Science with Honours in Marketing. University Provost, sadly, one of our students, Fionnuala Walsh, died earlier in the academic year. Today, we are awarding the degree of Bachelor of Science with Honours in Marketing posthumously in recognition of Fionnuala's academic achievements. Fionnuala loved being a student and contributed much to the life of the university and the faculty while she was a student here. I invite Fionnuala's cousin Ronan to receive the award on her behalf. Alex Armstrong Sanchez. Nikita Burns. Niall Bowes. Kiva Boyle. Manus Boyle. Jennifer Burns. Abby Byrne. Aiting Cosgrove. Oran Cunningham. Inga Tchaikovska-Savitska. Megan Dixon. Anya Donaghy. Lucy Ennis. Kieran Evans. Rihanna Farry. Thalia Fell. Amy Fletcher. Clodagh Gillen. Ellie Hanley. Maddie Houston. Lily Urban. Kieran Jones. Hannah Lee Kilpatrick Lynch. Matthew Kissock. Ethan Knight. Louise Lockridge. Katie Louise Linus Coulter. Michael Mallon. Finn Marshall. James Mawhinney. Kieran McCardle. Scott MacArthur. Ella McAteer. Caitlin McCaffrey. Taylor Ann May McCulloch. Sarah Louise McGivern. Thomas McLennan. Caris McElwain. Hannah McKnight. Lauren McWilliams. Emma Meehan. Holly Mullen. Connor Mullen. Cian Murphy. Harrison Noble. Maggie O'Boyle. Sean O'Boyle. Claire O'Hagan. Thomas Park. Brogan Porter. Shannon Riley. Ciara Beth Rolston. Amy Sandlin. Kieran Savage. Carla Shaw. Katie Smith. Alexander Strange. Kelsey Taylor. Nicole Susan Womack. Sean Warnock. Kyle Jonathan Waters. Niall Woods. Deimante Ziokate. The Associate Bachelor's Degree in Business Studies, James Liam Cousins. Catherine Ann Kelly Hurricane. University Provost. This concludes the presentation of candidates from the Ulster University Business School.
Thank you, Professor Humphreys, for presenting candidates. What a joyous audience this has been. You needed no encouragement from me at the start. I hope the ceremony continues in this vein. Let's hear it one more time for the class of 2025. I now call upon our honorary graduate, Dr. Bell, to address the congregation on behalf of those who have been presented.
Vice-Chancellor, distinguished guests, graduates, friends, family, I want to begin by saying how deeply honoured and genuinely humbled I am to receive this honorary degree today. To stand here back at a university where I studied all those years ago, it's incredibly special to me. I want to thank Liam for his kind words, and he's helped me out with a lot of this. I'll be able to cut it back, you'll be glad to know. So thank you so much for all your kind words, Liam. Looking out at the hall today, filled with so much talent and potential, I'm reminded of my own graduation from what was called then the University of Ulster, now Ulster University. So over 3 decades ago, that was, and that day marked the start of a journey that I could have never predicted. I secured a placement at the Relay Software in 1988, and I joined full-time as a computer programmer after graduating. Relay was a startup business at that time with 6 people developing computer software. After 10 years of developing and selling software, I took over as managing director and then secured ownership of the business via a management buyout. Over the following years, we became the insurance software market leader, and importantly, we competed against global software companies. Our success was very much due to the team culture that we had, where people wanted to come to work and very much felt valued, where we helped each other succeed as a team. In brief, it was the people and in the culture that guided me ever since. So after the successful sale of Relay to a US company in 2016, I exited the business in 2018. And since then, I have dedicated my time to helping startups in Northern Ireland. And it was very much, 30 years working in one business, and I took the blinkers off to realise so much was going on in the Northern Ireland software scene, and especially in the startup scene. So I really started out supporting founders, helping them build their teams, very much sharing what I had learned along the way. And I've been fortunate to work with so many new companies, from early stage founders, just with a spark of an idea, right through to teams that had already launched their business and were scaling their revenues. So for me, firsthand, I'd seen how local businesses can thrive and they can succeed when they have the right support. It's been my passion to help grow these teams and giving them guidance on business development, finance, and building strong, positive cultures. Today, but I want to speak directly to you, our new graduates. You're stepping out into a world that is full of challenges, but also one that's very rich in opportunity. Northern Ireland's startup ecosystem has never been so more vibrant. Hubs like Catalyst and Ormo Baths are filled with ambitious, creative people eager to make a difference. And I would encourage you to connect with these communities, attend their events, talk to founders, and learn from their experiences. Perhaps even start something of your own one day. The future of Northern Ireland depends on ideas, on energy and determination from people like you. The smiles that I seen coming through were fantastic, and you know, that's how business is when you get back into that. The startup hubs, they're places where ideas come alive and where people are generous with their time and advice. I can't overemphasize that. It's where energy and talent can help build something that really matters. I spent my time helping founders, and I can tell you, they need what you have to offer. Whatever path you choose, whether you move into an established career or take time to dedicate to decide what's next, support's out there for you on that journey. Finally, I'd like to thank the university once again. The education I received laid the foundation for everything that followed, and I'll always be proud to be part of this community. I'd like to finally thank my family, for Michelle, Mark, Lauren and Megan, and also my sister Yolande, who worked with me in the business, and her husband Jerry is here today as well. So to all the graduates, congratulations. Go out there, be bold, and help build the future of Northern Ireland. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Bell. We're so pleased and happy to have you as part of Ulster University's family. We're coming to the end of the ceremony, so I call upon Matthew Fagan, a new graduate in the Ulster University Business School, to propose a vote of thanks on behalf of graduating students.
Hi, I'm really nervous. I'll try to keep this quick because I need a pee and I also really want a drink. So we'll get it going. Provost, academic staff, class of 2025, ladies and gentlemen, family and friends, mum and dad, and my sisters at home, I'm privileged to speak to you on behalf of the Ulster University students graduating here today. As we celebrate our achievements, though, we also acknowledge those around the world who are continuing to fight for their freedom, dignity, and safety. So today, as we mark a new beginning, I will continue to ask you to raise your voices for peace, for justice, and for a world that values every life equally. Before I begin, I would like to take a moment to remember our classmate and friend, Fionnuala Walsh, who is sadly no longer with us. I know all of us are keeping Fionnuala close to our hearts today, especially her best friend, Chloe. I guess I'm actually going to start off by sharing with you something that I wrote in March of this year, when everything sort of clicked for me about graduation. Graduation is coming soon, and it's supposed to feel like a finish line. We spend years working towards it, imagining the moment we'll walk across the stage, or whatever this is, degree in hand, ready to take on the world. People say it's an achievement, a beginning, a door swinging open into something bigger. But what if it just feels like another ending? I come from a big family, one where space was scarce, noise was constant, but love was always there, even when it was unspoken. Leaving home for university was the first real break, the first time I could define myself outside of the roles I grew into. Here, I fell in and out of love, I found my people, I learned who I was when no one was watching, when I wasn't the sibling or the child, but just me. I figured out what it meant to be who I am, not as words that I know about myself, but as a life that I could actually live. And just as I settled into this version of myself, it's time to leave again. For me, my time at Ulster University has been about so much more than education. It's about becoming a real person. It's the late nights in the library study rooms arguing, the accidental friendships that turn into lifelines, the reckless laughter in the middle of a lecture. It's being surrounded by people who know your coffee order, not that I drink a lot of coffee. People who've seen you at your best and at your worst and understand that sometimes love is just showing up with a pint and sitting in silence. It's a rare thing to feel known like that. But now we all have to scatter, chasing jobs and places and futures we aren't sure we even want yet. I tell myself I'm moving towards something, toward a career, toward a new city, toward the life that I've been planning for. But sometimes it just feels like I'm leaving these things behind, leaving the version of me who existed in the Holy Lands, who made a home in a place that was never meant to last forever. I wonder what happens to all the versions of us that we leave behind. Do they fade like old photos, or do they live somewhere stitched into the fabric of us, waiting to resurface when we least expect it? And if they are, it's strange that the fabric of who I am holds a memory of Dr. Donato blasting steps 5, 6, 7, 8 at 9 a.m. in a crumbling lecture theatre in Jordanstown because, as she said, "You all look really hungover." I'm not ready. I want more time in this life that I've built, in the friendships that I've nurtured, in the version of myself that I've only just begun to understand. I want to keep choosing this before I have to choose something else. But time, it doesn't stop for us. And that's the hardest part, realizing that growing up isn't about where you're going, it's about learning how to say goodbye. And man, do I hate goodbyes. I did my placement here within the university with Jordan Reid and Hannah McGinley, and I owe so much of my academic and professional growth to the incredible team in the Department of Hospitality, Tourism and Events Management. I'm deeply grateful for them for giving me the platform to develop and showcase the skills that have helped me make a lasting impact on the faculty that shaped me. A special thank you to Dr. Laura Wells and Dr. Lindsay Hollywood for their unwavering kindness, encouragement, and for seeing something in me even when I couldn't always see it myself. This is the hard part, guys. I'm proud of myself, and I'm proud of my friends, Grace Knight and Faye Carson, two people who have been by my side since day one. Grace and I, Faye in spirit, have lived together for 2 years, and they've been my home. I don't think the version of me who turned up to the bus stop in first year with a mustache, absolutely no clue, could have imagined that standing here today, I would be making the best people I've ever met cry with a speech that I wrote at 3 a.m. I love them more than I can say. I'm proud of my course director, Donato. She's been a constant, always showing up, always fighting for her students, even when those battles were behind closed doors and sometimes with the very people on this stage. Donna made her mark in our lives in a way that I didn't see possible within a university environment. She's more than a lecturer. She's been an advocate, a challenger of systems, and a reminder that care and leadership can and should go hand in hand. We owe her more than any of us will ever let her say. Okay, hurry up, guys. We need to go. I would also like to take the time to thank every single person in my graduating class. I will follow each and every one of you towards whatever greatness you want to achieve. They won't let me read out all of your names, I asked, but I would stand here all day and I would confess my love to most of you. Last but not least, I want to thank every lecturer, support staff member and administrator who helped us get here today. Every single one of you made a difference, except that fella from the States, you know, the one that doesn't let you in without a card. You know who you are. I've already headed to Dublin for graduation. I've already started working as a digital marketing executive in a company that's making a real impact on everyday lives across Ireland. I'm excited to get stuck in, make a difference, and then when the time is right, I'll take some time off and see more of the world. And I invite you all to do the same, to take risks, to be soft, to build lives you actually want to live, to keep choosing yourselves. Someone I care very deeply for once handed me a ripped out page of a book with this line highlighted: "You live through certain things before you understand them." Sláinte Ulster, I think I finally understand. It's been a pleasure. Thank you.
Matthew, I have been doing this for many years and I don't think I've ever had a standing ovation for the vote of thanks. Have you ever thought about a job as a speechwriter, maybe? Thank you so much for your words, really profound, and you said at one point how proud you were of your classmates and your closest friends, and we're proud of you. We're proud of every single one of you, so congratulations again. Now, I said at the beginning that one of the greatest privileges is presiding over a ceremony, and that's because when I say make your voices heard and each graduate comes across the stage, I get to see the whites of their eyes, and some of them are delighted with themselves that their family are whooping and cheering, and some of them are mortified. Absolutely mortified. So if you're in the audience and were one of those people who maybe just felt like you were just not quite sure if it was appropriate or not, I'm going to give you one final chance. Before we leave this very large auditorium, let's see if we can lift the roof off it by giving our class of 2025 one final round of applause. And with that, I declare this graduation ceremony closed, and I invite our new graduates to join with us in the academic procession.